We created Talk About It because we want to help IB students navigate the curriculum.
This is our first episode, and today we're just going to be talking about the basics of IB and what you should know.
But first, we're going to be talking about what you should know about us. Junior.
So am I.
So we're both juniors. For me, IB has not been the easiest thing to go into.
For me, IB is definitely more than I was expecting.
My favorite color is pink.
So is mine.
Really?
Mm-hmm. My favorite class, based on the people, chemistry. I love my chemistry class.
I'm not in your chemistry class.
Exactly.
My favorite class, English, econ.
Oh, I do love our English class. We have English together.
Yeah, but that's not why. I just love English. Yeah, we do like it to hang out with our friends.
Yeah. You know, and that's another thing. Like, being in IB isn't going to take away your social life. Being in the same IB classes with, like, the same group of people, it brings you closer together. I want to go to UGA. If I were to go out of state, it would be for UNC Chapel Hill because they have a really good medical program. But I mostly want to stay in state. So I'm looking at UGA. I want to go to medicine.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
I know that I want to stay at an SEC school, like stay in the South. Obviously UGA is a top choice of mine. I'm gonna get hated and clowned for this, but I really like Mississippi State. And then I definitely want to go into marketing, digital marketing, something in the business school.
And do you think IB is gonna help you with that?
Yes.
Because I think IB is gonna help me a lot. Like, especially like I'm taking IB Chem.
Yeah.
I think that's like really important to take.
I mean, you're not in econ.
I'm not in.
I'm in econ. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone's path looks different.
Yeah.
And our goal is to help you find the best path for you, depending on what type of student you are, what your interests are. So, like, I'm not going into medicine, obviously. I'm taking environmental science, and I love it. I actually really enjoy it. I didn't think I would, but I really love this class.
Like, at St. Andrews, there's so many choices. Like, analysis applications, like the 3 types of sciences, like the histories. You can really build what's good for you, and I think that's like amazing because I don't know anybody that's taking like the exact same classes as me, and there's people taking classes that I wouldn't have even thought of.
So now we're going to get into the interview. So we're talking to Miss Phillips and Miss Sutton, and we're going to be just getting them to lay down the basics of IB.
And we're also going to be talking about certificate versus diploma because that's another big question that you're going to get asked at the end of this year if you're a sophomore. Okay, guys, so today we're with Miss Phillips, and we're just going to be asking the basics about IB. So what is SL and what is HL?
So SL and HL are designations that are given to courses. HL is higher level courses. SL means standard level courses. And the difference between the two, or the way that I typically explain the difference between the two, is higher level courses cover all of the SL content. So they cover all of the same material that SL covers. But then HL also has extension components. They call it like the HL lens. And so there are these extra pieces that they have to cover that designate basically the higher level standing.
How do you think students should decide which one to take? Like, if they're going to take history, whether to take HL or SL history?
So I always encourage students to play to their strengths. Higher level classes are classes that should be something that you either want to go in terms of like long-term study, or classes that you feel particularly passionate about, because that will make the process a lot easier.
So what are some of the requirements that is needed to get your IB diploma?
Okay, so the diploma is awarded to students that are doing or all of their coursework at the IB level. There are different combinations of things that you can do. Most students are encouraged to take 3 higher level classes, 3 standard level classes, and then they also have to do the theory of knowledge class as a part of the diploma. Basically, to be awarded your diploma, you have to score at least 24 points on or in all of your classes. So if every class is worth 7 points, then you want to average at least a 4 in all of your classes in order to be awarded the diploma. You can also earn additional points with the combination of the theory of knowledge score and your extended essay score.
In your opinion, what do you think is the hardest aspect of IB?
I think the hardest aspect of IB is the time management piece.
Yeah.
It's hard because there are a lot of demands on students' time. I think particularly in the US, we have a lot of students who are involved in extracurricular activities, be it athletics or fine arts. And so there are a lot of after-school obligations. And then on top of that, they have this really rigorous coursework, and in order to do well in the classes, they have to put in time outside of class to make sure they're reviewing notes or working on studying for classes because they have assessments coming up or IAs. And so a lot of it comes down to time management. I think that the students who do well in the program are students who are really good at planning ahead, making sure that you're knocking out what you can, even if it's a day where you feel like you don't have a lot going on. And so if you can knock stuff out, do it while you can before you get into the weeks where you've got like 5 things coming up and you've got to do it all on top of everything else. Yeah.
So you went to St. Andrews, right?
I did.
And when you were here, it was an AP class, right?
We were in AP school at the time. Yeah.
So if you were in high school at the time where like you had IB, would you think you would have chosen it over AP?
I think I would have. I like the fact that with IB, it's a different kind of testing model. So AP, you take a test at the end of the process, and however you do on that test, that's the score that you're going to get in the class. And so I did AP classes, and I did fine in them. I did well, but a lot rides on those testing days, right?
Yeah.
And so I think, to me, one of the biggest differences, and the thing that I really appreciate about IB, and I would have liked a lot as a student because I did not love standardized testing, is the ability to break up the different assessments, right? So IB caters to different kinds of assessments for different classes. And I think that the ability to do, an oral commentary or write a paper, or IA is for sciences where you're doing experiments and then kind of being able to report back on what you found, those kinds of things, I think would have played to not only my strengths as a student, but it takes some of the pressure off of that final test.
I think that's all the questions we have today. Thank you, Ms. Phillips.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
I enjoyed that last part with Ms. Phillips.
And now we're going to be playing a game. It's called Theory of Knowledge or Theory of Nonsense. And basically, I'm going to be making some TOK claims. And Anna's going to be telling me if it's knowledge or nonsense.
Okay.
Which is like if it's made up or if it's like a real TOK claim. So first thing, knowledge is a network, not a collection of islands.
That's true. That's knowledge.
It's nonsense. The certainty of mathematics lies in its lack of reality.
What? I'm gonna say knowledge.
It is knowledge. We know with the confidence only what we can communicate.
That's nonsense.
It's knowledge. Truth is a sound a fact makes when it hits your worldview. What does that mean? I don't know.
Yeah, knowledge?
Nonsense.
This is so bad. I'm getting all of them wrong, Lily. We can't keep these in here.
Reality is what your mind convinces your senses to believe.
That's nonsense.
Yeah. It's nonsense. Knowledge without emotion is information without meaning.
That's nonsense.
It's knowledge.
I don't like this at all. This makes no sense.
You get to ask me next time.
Okay.
The knower and the known are co-constructed through shared language.
That has to be knowledge.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know my knowledge in the knower. That's nonsense.
It's knowledge.
Knowledge.
Nonsense.
That's nonsense.
It's knowledge.
Knowledge?
Nonsense. Belief is just knowledge that hasn't graduated yet.
Belief is just knowledge that hasn't graduated yet. Wow. Knowledge.
Nonsense.
Okay.
All right, so Anna's not good at this game, but we'll be playing next week. So, okay, now we're going to be interviewing Miss Sutton.
Yep.
Hi, you guys. I'm here with Miss Sutton, our college counselor. So, Miss Sutton, how long have you been working at St. Andrews?
I've been here 23 years.
And how do you feel about the IB program?
I love it. So I was here before we had IB, when we were just in AP school. And so I think it's been a great transition for us. It's really prepared our students very well. And so it's a great tool for college.
Going off of that, how well do you think that IB prepares our students for college?
Very well. So we consistently hear back from our students about how well prepared they were, how they were so much more advanced than the AP students in writing and in their ability to research for their schoolwork. And so it really prepares our students very well.
So, what do you think are the biggest academic differences and challenges between certificate and diploma?
Well, diploma, of course, requires the extended essay. So that's going to be a little bit more work. And you have to take a certain at least three HLs, so that's going to be more work
Right.
than if you were a certificate. Although we have certificate students who do all their certificates in HL, but I would say probably that the extended essay would be sort of the added pressure.
I know that a lot of students, when they go into IB, they kind of have the conception that certain classes look better for colleges and then some aren't as good looking on college applications. And is that actually the case?
No, I don't think I would say that. I would say that you need to choose courses that play to your strengths and take courses that are in your wheelhouse of your skill set and what you're comfortable with. Um, but then definitely if you want to apply to certain schools like a Georgia Tech, you're going to want to see certain math and science courses because that's the type of school they are. So I wouldn't say that there is any one class that is viewed less than another class, but it's more about choosing ones that will fit your skill set and prepare you the best.
What would you recommend student athletes who want to go on to play in the next level would do between diploma and certificate?
I think that for playing at the collegiate level, you definitely need to keep your grades high. I mean, you will have many more prospects of college play if you have maintained a good GPA. That being said, depending on the school you want to go to, you still want to take a rigorous enough schedule so that you can be competitive for perhaps academic scholarship or something like that. So I think, again, it's going to depend on the student's ability. If you've got the ability and drive to do full diploma, go for it, even if you are looking at college athletics. But if it's going to mean failing every class, then no, that's probably not a good option for you. So I would say do what's best for you from an academic standpoint, and let's see how it goes.
And lastly, if there was one thing you could change about IB, what would you change?
I would say probably the workload is a lot for students. And I think that IB could probably change some of the expectations and requirements around it to make it a little bit more um, manageable. It's not that it's unmanageable, but I think that most of our students are so involved in athletics and the arts and volunteer work and jobs that I don't think IB has adjusted for how students live their lives now in that way. And so I think there are some aspects of it that are unnecessarily demanding.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.